1, 2, 3, microphone check. 1, 2, 3, microphone check. Okay, it works. It works. Few seconds. Hello guys, and welcome to my channel QANSIGLIERE. Today I'm going to add a SQLite database to my JavaScript project to track engineering performance status. But at the beginning of this conversation, let me remind you guys that you have a great opportunity to ask me any questions directly. To do that, you just need to open my YouTube channel. Click here to get access to all available links. Sorry, wrong one, this one. And you just need to click on the first link. It will open a new page with Google form where you can write your questions and send them to me. From my side, I'm going to review all your questions and try to answer them in the next videos. So what we are going today, let's start. Let's try one more time. Okay. Hello guys, and welcome to my channel QANSIGLIERE. Today I'm going to talk about how to add SQLite database to JavaScript project. But at the beginning of this conversation, let me remind you guys that you have a great opportunity to ask me any questions directly. To do that, you just need to open my YouTube channel. Click here to get access to all available links and just click on the first link. It will open a new page with Google form where you can write your questions and send them to me. From my side, I'm going to review all your questions and try to answer them in the next video. So, what we did in the last time? Maybe you remember, but I worked on solution to track the performance or productivity of my teammates. This project is called as Eye of God, and this project uploads information from Jira, GitHub, GitLab and TestRail and accumulate all this data in one place. And in the last video, I already implemented a solution to upload data from GitLab and from GitHub. So what we are going to do today? No. I will start one more time. Okay, I'm ready. Hello guys, and welcome to my channel QANSIGLIERE. Today I'm going to talk about possible way to add SQLite database to your own JavaScript project. But at the beginning of this conversation, let me remind you guys that you have a great opportunity to ask me any questions directly. To do that, you just need to open my YouTube channel, click here to get access to all available links and just click on the first link. It will open a new page with Google form where you can write your questions and send them to me. From my side, I'm going to review all your questions and try to answer them in the next video. So what we are going to do today? As you remember, I worked for several videos on solution to track productivity or performance of my teammates. For this purpose, we upload data from GitHub, GitLab, Jira and TestRail and accumulate this data in one single place. So this part is already implemented. We have solutions to connect through API to these sources and upload all required data. Now we can work on the second step. It's to save this draft data in some local database. For this solution, I'm going to use SQLite database, and let's check together the possible way how we can connect this SQLite database. So first of all, let me launch Visual Studio Code, our main tool, to create any JavaScript or TypeScript library. Okay, done. Now let me run GitHub desktop tool. Done. And let's open Jira project. We have JavaScript project, timeline, automatic reporting system. We need to work on this one epic. And what tickets we have? Prepare information about the user, provide clear readme file, validate test cases without steps, validate who, create test cases, validate cases when someone provided a bunch of results, date, and restrict test trail data on specific project. Okay, so for this purpose, let's add one new ticket, and let's call it save the draft data into the local SQLite database. Oh, Andrei, glad to see you. How are you? What's new in your life? Okay, ticket is added and we can start working on it. Let me add it for the current sprint and let's create a new branch. Okay, branch is created and now we need to find out how we can connect SQLite database to our project. Let me find some of my notes. So to work with database, we will use such developed solution as SQLite free JavaScript. Let's check it on npm website. And here we have some instruction how to install it and how to use it. So let's install it to our project. Let's execute this command and let's add the link from the current stream. Okay, let me copy the link and let's paste it here. Okay, let's change a little bit the link. Okay, done. Maybe it's better to use this one. Share, copy. It's funny what from different places the YouTube provides you different values to the link. Okay, done. So project is successfully installed and we have one high severity issue. Let's check what is wrong here. PM audit, sponsor, loop. Okay, let's do it. Okay, issue is solved and we have connected SQLite database. Okay, for SQLite database, let's create the new folder. Let's call it database. And here we will keep SQLite database. And to work with it, let's create additional folder to keep all related scripts. Let's call it SQLite folder and let's create the first script. Let's call it create database.js. All right, and how we should work with this database. So first of all, we should import SQLite free library itself. Now we should provide the path to database, and now we can execute this function dbrun, create table, and probably add some values to this database. Plus we can execute this one additional function to read some data from created database. In our case, we will use approach where we keep one solution per one script. So let's do it. Let's use constant SQLite free require SQLite verbose. Okay, now constant database file save new SQLite free database, and let's provide the path to our local database. Our local database we will keep from here, database draft db. Okay, and now we should provide the command itself. So db serialize arrow function, and let's provide the command db run, and now we should put information what we are going to create. We will create a new table. Let's call it table if not exists. Let's call it draft data, and it will contain the following columns. Column number 1, ID, it's integer, primary, key, and next one field, it's date of our sync, text, not null. Now what should be next one? Value. We have what is a base and general source of information? It's GitHub, GitLab, TestRail, and I didn't have Jira. Why didn't have Jira? Let's try source settings, done, and let's execute node Jira and upload data from Jira. Okay, files are created and we have 3 of them. So basically it's better to organize column in the following way: one column for GitHub data, second column for GitLab data, third one for Jira, and fourth one for TestRail. All right, let's do this. Okay, date, and next one let's use ID, draft data, date, GitHub text, GitLab text, Jira text, and test trail text. Save. And after this comment we should do method close. So what we are going to do here we just run an SQL command which allows us to create a new table into database, and this table will contain several columns: ID, date, GitHub, GitLab, Jira, and test trail. So let's try to check our script. Let's write command node. Let's provide the path to SQLite script, and let's use create db command. Okay, what is wrong? Unable to open database file. SQL can't open. Let's change the file and let's try it one more time. Okay, wrong path was provided. So now we have draft database. As you can see, we can't read it, but for macOS we have a nice solution to read SQLite database application. Let's write SQLite and let's use this one. Not this one, it's paid. Come on, I'm sure that we should have some SQLite free applications. Yeah, this one. Visual table. Let's install it. Okay, application is installed. As you can see, it's launched, and let's open the database what we created right now. So let's open GitHub. I've got application, SQLite, wrong one, database. Yeah. And now you can see what we created: a database, local database with table draft data, and this table contains the following columns: ID, date, GitHub, GitLab, Jira, and test trail. So first one step is implemented. Now we need to create another one solution. It's to write some new records into our created table. So for this purpose, let's create additional database script. Let's create it. Okay, new file, add record to db.js. So for this purpose we will use the similar script. Let's create it. So let's copy this one code, and the difference will be written here. Okay, let me find some notes. Okay, so let's find information how to write any values into database. We should use the following command: insert into values and after it we provide values itself. Let's check it. Okay. So here we will use the following method. We should use insert into table name draft data, and not this one. How to use. Let me check it. Okay. Insert into draft data. Now we should provide the list of columns. Date, GitHub, GitLab, and Trail. Date, GitHub, GitLab, Jira, and test trail. Alright, values. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. 4 and 5. Right, and after comma we should provide the list of parameters. So here we should provide the command for new data, new date to UTC string. Okay, let me check it. Let's use new date to ISO string. Okay. So here we can provide this one parameter. Here let's use some text. Another text. Subscribe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and like, and save. And let's try to execute our command. Node SQLite Add record to JavaScript. Okay, and if we open our application, open the table again, we can see our new record. It has ID 1, timestamp, some text in GitHub, in GitLab, in Jira, and in TestRail. So here we created some method to write new records into created table in SQLite database. Now let's do another script to execute any specific record from our table. So for this purpose we will use also similar script. Let's rename it and let's call it execute a record from DB. Okay, for this purpose let's use the following method. So we should use method select and use some criteria for search. So how to find any specific record in SQLite. Select from table, where, and condition. Okay, let's do it. One moment. So let's create the following method. This one can be removed and this one can be removed, right? So select everything from draft data, where d equal to 1, right? And to execute such value we need to save it somewhere. Okay, so for this method we will use method get, and use the following function. So we have two parameters, error and row. Row function, if error happens, we return through new error message. Okay, if it didn't happen, we can do console.log from row. Let's execute it now. Note SQLite execute record, and now you can see this specific one record from SQLite database. And actually it should be enough to store our draft data, what we receive from GitHub, GitLab, TestRail, and Jira. So I guess for this current case we completed this one step, and in the next video we can start working on cleanup process for data, remove some useless information, and calculate some additional fields. So good progress, I think. And for today that's it, guys. Thank you for your time and have a great week. Bye, guys.